Good evening, everyone. Futures Brizio here. Hope everybody's doing well. It's 8:50 p.m. on Thursday, August 15th. Hope everybody's having a great week. And I know I've been vacant the last couple of days on YouTube. To be honest, guys, I'm getting ready to move. So it's been a little stressful trying to take care of all the stuff I have to take care of for that. So it's been making me absent from YouTube. I have gotten a little trading in, although you know, not what I would like to do, but certainly it's been okay. So I just want to just kind of review a couple of things here and just talk about a couple of things and setups, etc. And we'll just go from there. So as always, guys, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave questions, comments down below, and I will respond to all of them. And I really appreciate you, at least liking the channel, the video, and subscribe. It really helps spread the word a little bit. And that's what I do. And again, I don't do YouTube to monetize my channel or make money, so it's really just here just for me to just to kind of vocalize, what I do, and if it helps anybody out, gives you any direction or inspiration or ideas, then awesome. That's the whole purpose. But like I said, never sell anything, never will, and that's not the point of growing the channel. So. All right, so let's jump into it. All right, so let's look at copper first. So copper has been on a bit of a tear after having this long downtrend here. It looks like it's trying to turn. Now, we do have this area here. I'm on the 4-hour chart right now, September copper. We do have this area up here, which will be really interesting when copper gets up here. This was the last real major swing high before this low was put in down here. I don't really consider this to be the high. This is more like a structural internal high. And you can see price went right through it today. So this will be the real, to me, the next big area of opportunity if the bears are going to stay in control. So we're not too far from there, but it looks like we'll probably get at least one more push towards this area before potentially resuming the downtrend. But if we get through here, then I think copper's got a long way to go up. So hold on one sec, guys. Sorry, I just got to do something. Be right back. Sorry. Okay, so with that in mind, but obviously we've been in this uptrend now for about the last 10 days, though we have been moving higher. So we jumped down to the 1 hour. You can see today, about this time last night, we began this next move up, and we might be having that right now. I'm actually, even though I don't like trading this time of day, I'm actually thinking about taking a long right here and setting a profit target up here, but I'll think about it when I'm done with the video. So let's just look. This is the trade I took today. It's a little hard to see here. I don't know where my little arrows are not showing, but this is the trade I took. I got in right here and got out up here when this started drifting lower. So it wasn't a really long trade. I was in it for about, I got into this around just around the New York Open, 9:30 New York time, and I got out about 2 hours later. So I was only in this trade about 2 hours. But I took this little piece of this last leg up here on the 15-minute chart. You can see it here on the 5-minute chart. We had this pullback. I got in on this candle right here and took it up to there. And then you can see that was a good place to get out because then the rest of the day we just consolidated lower. But like I said, as we speak, it looks like maybe we're trying to turn higher. And again, if I did decide to take this long, my profit target would be probably up here somewhere in the middle of this rectangle. So we'll think about that later. So now let's talk about natural gas. So I did have one losing trade on this morning. I went long because if you zoom out a little bit on natural gas, we've been in an uptrend, but you can see similar to copper, we're running into this to this supply area up here. And so today, these are old trades over here, but today, so let's just zoom back in so we can see today. I went long here, thinking we were going to get another push into this zone, and it did end up doing that. But it went down and swept the liquidity again. I got stopped out. Bad stop loss placement. But I did immediately jump in as soon as I saw it tag back into this zone and took it up to here. Missed the high. But again, similar to copper, it's about the same length trade. I was in it for about 2 hours. And then we tapped right into this zone on the higher time frame here. You can see back here. This is what I just drew out on the 4 hour. We tapped into that, and then we came all the way back down to this zone again, where we launched off of this morning. Actually closed below this low, and then consolidated the rest of the day. And just literally about half an hour ago, because we're on a 15-minute chart, we broke this structure right here. I drew this line in earlier this afternoon before the market closed. So, and you can see I have these arrows drawn. I'm just like talking to myself like, well, is this just a liquidity sweep and we're going to break higher again, or are we going to break this structure and continue lower since we took out or we tapped into this 4 hour zone? And again, much like copper, natural gas has been in a significant downtrend, and this area right here was the last real major swing that I can see. And so this is definitely an important area. If price gets through here, and again, like copper, I think it's got a long way to go to the upside. Probably back up into like areas up here, or like way back up at these contract highs. But at minimum, probably back to an area like this. I'm just looking where we've got some imbalance. This is probably the next real imbalance area over here. So that's what I'm looking for. Again, it's at a critical stage. If we can get a break below here, unfortunately this might happen while I'm asleep tonight during the overnight session. But if we get this break lower, then I think the downtrend will resume. But if we can break out of this zone back higher again, as this arrow shows, I think we'll go much higher, and we'll probably smash right through this rectangle and go way higher, as I was just pointing out on the higher time frame. So let's see what happens. But right now, obviously, we got this big battle going on between buyers and sellers, and we are in the overnight session. So, I have to be a little cautious of that. Okay, and then lastly, on crude oil. So on crude oil, we've got again. I took a couple of bad trades to start, but again on crude oil, we did have this nice run up, and then we did break some structure right here. We came down what would have looked like a pullback on this uptrend, and price failed to make a new high, came down and actually put in a new low, and then we came up again today, and we put in another swing high, right here, and that was the trade that I took today, was right here. So this is at an interesting crossroads also. And again, if we go out to the higher time frame, we did have this 4 hour structure here on the 4 hour time frame, which we took out with this candle. So we have broken higher, but then we came right back down again. So we'll have to keep an eye on crude oil. This can be very volatile, but let's see if this downtrend plays out. We were in a very big downtrend, but this was a pretty significant uptrend that, again, took out like this 4 hour structure right here, which we've now are back below. So let's see what happens with crude oil, whether this is just a bounce and, we end up getting, a push lower, or whether, this is just going to be like a few Elliott wave traders, like an ABC pattern, and now we're going to go higher from here. So we'll have to just wait and kind of feel this one out. I'm just going to sit and wait and see what happens. But in terms of trading, I did take this scalp right here. Again, very similar to what I did with crude, with gas and copper. I was in this trade for about 2 hours from here to here, and then I'm out of that. But again, you can see price has come back up, kind of tapped into this little imbalance here on the 20. We're here on a 20-minute chart, 15-minute chart. And so we'll see what happens if we're going to again go higher from this level here, or whether this is going to just be like a little dead cat bounce, where we'll come up a little bit and try to retest that area and then break lower. So all of these are kind of at a bit of a crossroad right now, so keep an eye on these. So anyways, was a profitable day even with the few small losses I took early on. It did end up being a green day, and that's always a good day. So, and considering I wasn't really able to spend a lot of time in front of the charts today, I did not trade anything in S&P or NASDAQ today, although there were definitely good trades. Here's the ES. This was the setup right here. We had this little pullback and price went up, and this happened this actually happened early, which is tough because this happened at like 7 o'clock this morning, and I really don't like trading these indices at pre-market. And so this happened 2.5 hours before the North American session started. And then the next candle, this was an hour before, there was news at 8:30, and so we had this big blast up again an hour before the session started. And then the rest of the day it did creep higher, so you still could have gotten in, but there was never really a good entry though, at least not on these time frames. I guess maybe you could go down to a real short time frame, and you could have, I guess, traded this, because this was the New York Open right in here. So here was that 8 o'clock news, and price chopped, and then it did end up going up. So this probably could have been your entry on a five-minute time frame, but I didn't trade it. Again, I was not really much in front of my chart today, so I wasn't trading on a 5-minute time frame today. I was trying to pull trades off like the 15-minute, 30-minute, because I just couldn't put the chart time in. So there were trades here, but again, I didn't trade either the NQ or the ES. I just took the kind of the day trading setups that presented themselves on the other three. So all right, so we'll see what happens. Tomorrow is Friday, of course, so I don't expect a ton of volatility as usual on a Friday, but hey, you never know. And this copper one I'm super interested in as it gets up towards this zone, which if it's going to go higher, that probably will happen by sometime tomorrow. And the other one I'm really interested in is, well, I'm interested in all these, but copper is the most interesting. And the other one here is natural gas. Now that it actually bumped into this 4-hour zone, whether we get a reaction to the downside on that. Let's get rid of these blue arrows here. Whether we have, you can see we tapped right into it here on the 4-hour. Again, perfect tap in and then a rejection. And so do we get a rejection? Do we get price to trade through this level right here? Or are we going to bounce and go right through here? So like I said, natural gas and copper are my two most interesting ones for tomorrow. And of course, I'll take a look at the other three and see what they're doing, but if there's any obvious setups. So, all right, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Again, smash that like button on your way out and subscribe to the channel. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and I'll talk to you soon.